Hi girls and guys, it's Mr. Tracky and we're on the right track. Welcome back to the Real Life Show, guys. Now for those of you that are new, the Real Life Show is a series that I used to do every Sunday and would take a step away from Call of Duty and speak about real life issues and things that I went through in my personal life that I would reflect on and probably pass on some knowledge if possible, or just do what I try to do sometimes and make people laugh. This was something that was highly requested by my OG subscribers, and I thought 2018, fresh new year, happy new year by the way, I might as well bring it back. We're trying to move forward with this channel, guys, so it's going to be a more loose schedule with the Real Life Show, but every time I need to speak about something and step away from Call of Duty, the Real Life Show will take over. So it's probably going to be no surprise what I'm going to speak about today, and that is Logan Paul's latest gaffe. Now, if you don't know what's happened, Logan Paul is a very famous 15 million subscribers, I believe he's got, so very influential YouTuber, and he has recently flown himself out to Japan to a forest they called the Suicide Forest. Now I did some research and apparently 100+ people have taken their lives last year alone in the Suicide Forest. Now Logan Paul has not only gone out to the Suicide Forest, he has found somebody who has unfortunately taken their own life by hanging, and he's chose to vlog it with this person on show, taking away all their dignity. And just to take it a step further, he's chose to incorporate this person in his thumbnail. Now a lot of people might think, Mr. Tracky, what do you care? Now, if you have never watched my Real Life Show, you will never have known that I had a severe battle with depression for a number of years. I lost my father at quite a young age. I was stabbed at 17 years of age and I nearly lost my life. I've been through some traumatic things that I was never mature enough to deal with on my own, and it took me years to realise that I actually needed somebody to intervene and help me. And I found myself kind of rushed out of my own city after I got stabbed, and I went to live in London. I will link these videos down in the description if you really want to take a real view of these and listen to what I had to say specifically about them situations. But I was literally torn away from my mother, torn away from my family, sent to live with my cousin. At the time I thought this was what I wanted, but it wasn't. I then lived in a hostel, and all I had to do on my own all day was have the four walls and think, which is just not healthy for somebody that is in that state. And I found myself early one morning, we're talking like 2-3 in the morning, sat on a bridge over the River Thames, and I don't need to say what I was going to do because the penny should have dropped by now, but I was genuinely at that point where I'd had enough. I'd gone through so much traumatic things in such a short period of time that I was at my limit. And it was literally a text I got from my best friend Royston, and he literally texted me to say, I know you're down lately. I've been thinking about you. I hope you're okay. That's what literally saved my life. Literally saved my life. So when I see something like Logan Paul going into the Suicide Forest, you know what it's called, you should not have gone in there. It's as simple as that for me. But to go in there and then vlog it and put the guy on your thumbnail is just taking the fucking piss. And for me, it's almost like an anything for views thing. This is the culture that we're living in currently on YouTube, and it just really gets under my skin that There are a load of people out here, a load of my subscribers, who are grafting on their own channels, playing Call of Duty, trying to offer that content for their subscribers. Some of them spending hours upon end, even with a full-time job, editing videos, only for YouTube to kick them in the teeth and demonetize them and suppress the video. And then you got Logan Paul touching on a subject that he should have never touched because he's obviously not immature enough to approach it correctly. And that makes it into the trending section on YouTube as well. So YouTube's at fault here as well, because the video got like 6 million views, 450,000 likes, 4,000 dislikes, which shows me that there's nearly 500,000 people out there that are fucking deluded, absolutely deluded and out of touch with the real world and how dark it can get. Because trust me, life can get real dark and dingy. Real dark and dingy. And that's why I threw myself into Call of Duty, because it was an escape for me. I made many friends online, and it was almost an escape from reality, playing computer games, going into my own universe, to avoid what I was scared of, to avoid the nightmares that I kept having. I'd sleep in the day because I was scared to sleep at night, because I was scared of myself. And then we got people mocking somebody that's committed suicide. I work in an industry that is it's affected by suicide almost on a daily basis. I work on a railway. I'm a train manager, and unfortunately we have a lot of people that use trains to end it all. And I understand. I understand, because life isn't always rosy. Life isn't always dreams, and it can be a nasty, horrible place. And I just don't get this generation. And I'm not trying to pick on millennials here, because I'm not too far from that generation myself. I'm only 32 years of age. But I look back to when I was stabbed at 17 years of age. I was stabbed in front of nearly 150 people in broad daylight. It was a fight, and I didn't realise that the guy was stabbing me. And I'd be mortified to think now, if I had that same experience, or we brought that same day and we replayed that day now in January 2018. I'm scared, because I know what I'd see around me, and that would be a bunch of people with their smartphones out recording me dying on the floor, because that's the norm these days. And that's why I can see why Logan Paul has thought this was okay. But somebody somewhere should have put him in check, because a thought process has gone on here to get that video to YouTube. And I can't believe that it actually made it there. And I can't believe that nobody thought that it was distasteful. The YouTube was distasteful, it's disrespectful in the biggest manner. For somebody to get to that point, you have to understand that they are going through hell on earth. Hell, real hell. And for you to record it, I understand. It's a business move for you. You feel, oh, it's a cool concept. People will click on this fucking video. But if you feel that mocking somebody's death is worth money, you need to get the fuck out of here and just stay off YouTube, man. Bad judgment. Bad judgment. And I can't believe your parents. What are people teaching their kids to think that it's okay to do these sort of things? Because I drive into a graveyard, I turn my music down in my car, right down. There's a mark of respect. I drive my car slow. There's a mark of respect when I go and see my dad and my nan in the graveyard. My whole profile changes, because that respect is just naturally been bred into me. But it seems these days that having a camera in front of your face is more important than respecting people's values, and that's my issue here. People turn on a camera and they lose all fucking sense. All fucking sense. I'm one of these probably few people of even my generation. I'm not on Snapchat. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on Facebook. I'm only on Twitter, and that's to talk to you guys because I'm really interested in hearing what you guys have got to say. And I like the fact that you guys can contact me off YouTube and feel like there's a connection. I don't feel like I'm better than anybody just because I'm a so-called quote-unquote YouTuber. It's just disturbing to see these things of happening. It's the biggest fuck up I've seen. This is worse than what PewDiePie done. It's way worse. It's just, a lot of people think depression is a joke. A lot of people think suicide is a cowardly act for some reason. It's not. I got a lot of respect for anyone that is even fucking brave enough to do that to themselves, because to get to that point and actually go through with it takes some actual guts. And it's a shame that they have to actually go through that experience on their own. As I told you earlier on in the video, because it could have been diverted, it could have been stopped simply by somebody asking them, "Are you okay?" It's a horrible, horrible place, and if you haven't been there before, you will never understand what it must have took that guy on the thumbnail to get there. And then some rich kid comes along and makes an absolute fucking mockery of him. Guys, I know this is a bit of a rant, but you probably can tell this one, it cut close to the bone for me, and I felt like I had to do a video on it. I'm gonna link these videos that I've done down in the description because they're very close to me, and if there's a chance that one of you are feeling the same way I did previously, then maybe this video could be of help to any of you. Guys, there are many buttons you could hit, but the like and subscribe button, I hope they tickle your fancy. And as always guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.